Hey guys, all right. So we are so fortunate to be able to talk to you. Go by Christina Weiss, correct?
I go by Christina or Cece. Yeah.
Okay. Um, and we have been talking about like real health coach success stories and that it is possible. And I've been talking in depth about how when I was first a health coach, I would see people having success and I would see that, they did this on Facebook and these Facebook ads and this, and
Mhm.
I felt like it's never going to be me. I'm never going to be able to get there. I don't have the money to do this. And so I had all those same fears, concerns, and people always say, oh, it didn't seem that way, but it was. And most people have those, but we have
Mhm.
to get over it. We have to just put one foot in front of the other. So anytime that I see somebody who either naturally has put one foot in front of the other or
Yeah.
just said, that's it. I'm not listening to my fear. My desires and my dreams are way bigger and I'm just gonna try it. I always
Mhm.
say, I have to know what you did. And I saw Christina CC. I saw
Yeah.
her share a pretty much her, this is what I did. And I thought,
Mhm.
man, if somebody would have, had that talk in the beginning, for me that I could have seen, it would have been
Mhm.
so amazing. So that is exactly why I said, would you be so kind and come and share that? And she said right away, I would love to. And I know that her passion may be to help people just like you, but we know how many people are suffering in this world. And we also know, just I think as entrepreneurs, how easy it can be to get stuck and comparison. And so I want you to hear, what Christine did, what her focus is, kind of a little about her business so that it may spark your passion, your ideas, and you leave this webinar and say, that's it. I'm going for it just like Christina did. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Can you tell everyone just a little about your business, where they can find you, all that good stuff?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, thank you so much. Like really. I had your programs and they were just sitting there. I was waiting for everything to be perfect. And that was really me being in my fear. And I realized I was procrastinating. So thank you so much for your support, first and foremost. um, And so for me, yeah, so I'm a health and mindset coach. So I have my precision nutrition certification, food psychology certification, personal training. So I have the health and fitness background. And currently I do online coaching programs. I just transitioned into that. Before that, I would work with people at the gym one-on-one in person or like personal training clients. So they were in-person clients and I wanted to transition online to be location independent, set my own schedule, connect with people all over the world and help people. Because at the end of the day, I feel like there's so much health and nutrition information out there and people are confused and they need people that are passionate and knows that they have a gift and they want to help. And so I made that transition and kind of it was the getting stuck part. I have the idea of what I want to deliver, but like you said, putting together a program, doing the research, it all gets so overwhelming, and I feel like you were the stepping stone to help me get over that hump though.
Yeah.
It's like that momentum. I just needed that momentum to build that confidence to move forward.
But it's
So
interesting what you even said because, people always say to me, oh, Rach, you always just go for it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like I have a pillow that actually says, in a curse word, but it says F perfection, F perfect.
yeah.
Because that has been my thing my whole life, led to the autoimmune, led to the adrenal issues, led to the exhaustion, led to led to everything. And I think many coaches can identify. We sit there and we're like, my site's not perfect enough. This other person has
Mhm.
great this. I'll never be this. I'll never do this. But my first coach, and this is really when I I saved that money for that coach. And she said, it's not about you. You keep saying, will I ever not be scared? And she's like, the truth is we're always scared. Like there's always going to be a part. And that's really when I got this like big push to just say, that's it. And I created my first program, which was the detox. And then I created all the other programs for my business and then sold them. But I only ended up selling them because a coach said to me, your business seems more clear. You seem more confident. Your business, and I don't see many coaches like that. And she said, can I buy it from you? And she bought my personal program. Like I didn't, and then that was the birth of the programs. So it was a really organic, and my love came out because I saw other coaches struggling. So what you just shared is, I would guarantee what 89% of other coaches feel.
Yeah, it just gets so overwhelming. We have this idea in our head of how we would want it to look like. And then once we have to take the action and create it, we're like, whoa, this is a lot. And it gets overwhelming, and then we see someone else, like you said, the comparison game. We see someone else and it's like their stuff looks great. And then we start to doubt ourselves, right? Like, will my stuff ever look like that? They just make it look so easy. So I think it's that, and then just really building the confidence from the beginning is really important. So
what ended up happening? Like I'm a big like take people through the steps kind of thing.
Okay.
Like you're like, okay, like were you Googling? Were you kind of looking actually let me back up even more. Just like all of us, we have our story, we know what it is. When you decided to break into the online market, did you know that you wanted to work clean eating? Like that seems to have picked the topic. Yeah. What brought you to that place?
Okay. So even for me personally, I felt like I've done a lot of the fad diets, right? Jumping from one diet to the next diet. And, for me at the time, it was really about looking a certain way. And I feel like as I've continued to grow as a person and in my career, it's so much more than just looks. That it's a bonus, but I feel like the foods we eat is really medicine. And so then I started transitioning into healthy eating and then clean eating, eliminating certain foods, and just noticed how without this obsession about calorie counting and looking a certain way, that automatically I just felt better and made better food choices. So that's how I kind of started transitioning my belief and my philosophy of what health really is. So then I was like, I want to do clean eating, and I just want to tell people, like, let go of the scale, let go of looking a certain way, and just kind of it's like a weight off your shoulders when that's not the primary focus. And so I knew I wanted to do healthy and clean eating and really promote that. And so pretty much I just launched, it was the 21-day clean eating challenge, which just wrapped up last Sunday. So just on Sunday, it wrapped up. I actually have some good testimonials from that program. I got clients sending me messages. One woman lost 10 pounds. She's a new mother. She lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks on the 21-day.
Oh my God.
Lost 2% body fat. And she said it's the lowest weight that she's been. So anyhow, so great testimonials, which I'm keeping to use again in the future.
And you had, so first on, because I know this story, but even for anyone, you ran the 5-day challenge. The
5-day, the opt-in freebie through you.
People engage. So did you post on Facebook?
Yes. So the way that it worked was, I knew that in order to get people, this is something I've learned is, to hand you pretty much over their money, you need to offer value first, always, right? They're not going to give me an email for nothing. Like, why? What, who am I? They don't even know me.
Even just show yourself. I mean, I looked at your Facebook page. I think if anybody can, some of your pictures are public. I think what you do so naturally, and I think people can even see that from you talking, is you do share this enjoyment of what you're doing. Like I saw a picture of you, and I think it was something like give me a coconut and I'll always be happy. And you were just sitting there. And I was like,
Yeah.
I like her even more. And,
Yeah.
when people get really hung up, there was another picture and you were like, Sunday vibes. And I was like, oh, I just think she's so cute. And I don't mean cute. I mean, I'm under 5 foot. I mean, like, just you fall in love with somebody. And so when people are like, my marketing and everyone that I've interviewed is like, Rachel, you're like, don't listen. I know Rachel says 6 weeks for launch. I'm like, I never even followed the 6 week. I just posted. I posted pictures myself, pictures of me and the kids in the, kitchen, like my life. And so when before interviewing you, I was like, you know what? I want to see. And it was your life. Hey, join a 5-day. Not your life. Hey, doing this 21-day.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that to coaches where they're like, did she do these detailed graphics? She just shared her life. Like just how happy she is. That's attraction marketing and doing it naturally, because you are a testimony of like, I'm not hung up in my life, so I'm not going to be hung up in my business.
Right. And I think that's the thing. It's just be really authentic to who you are. Instead of worrying about if it's going to resonate with someone, I do it because I feel like I have a message to share. And the people that will resonate with me are the people I want to work with anyways, or the people I do want on my side. And I think I've learned to accept that not everyone is going to like me, and that's fine, right? But we move on. And so that's the thing, it's really letting people to get to know who I am, right? So those posts, right? And if you resonate with me, and these are the things that I do, right? This is the foods that I'm eating that keeps me healthy and happy. And so, then I started talking about the 5-day clean eating. So that was the freebie, the opt-in, which I created. I knew I was going to run the 21-day challenge. I knew that. But I needed the freebie. And I was looking through your page. I was like, oh, there's a 5-day clean eating one. This is perfect. And I think in the Facebook thread, somebody did ask, she was like, well, weren't you afraid to do the 5-day clean eating because as a freebie, because it was so similar to the 21-day clean eating challenge that was paid? And I said, well, no, because the people that are probably interested in the 5-day clean eating will be the people that would be interested in the 21-day clean eating, because they got a taste of the free 5 days. So they would want more, naturally, I would think.
I do believe that's also a mindset thing, because I've done like 5-day detoxes leading even to a 14-day, or I've done 3-day leading. And I even was like, oh, is that good marketing? Or, should I do this? But if people want to journey with you, they want to journey with you, because they were like, wow, that 5 days, I felt so great.
Mm-hmm.
I can keep going. So when we think about even guys who are listening, and just if you don't know, or we kind of rolled over it, Chistina sold 47 programs, and she'll even take you through like the upsell, and naturally that she had just thought, each progression of what would somebody possibly, where would they want to go? What, how could they journey with me? And if they needed extra support. And so even if you are doing like a 14-day, when I say, all a funnel is the next journey, the next goal, the next place. Or for some of you, it's essential oils, or it's products, or it's just what else could enrich their awesome life with you. That's the way you're thinking. So it could be a 3-month mastermind, or, whatever works for you and that amazing person. Right.
So just to even quickly to take you through the funnel, really it was to offer the free 5-day clean eating as the freebie opt-in. And I quickly just created that on my website. But I got so hung up on the website as well, though, that actually delayed me a week. And I think I could have launched it even sooner, but it was that perfection mind. and kind of like that fear of putting myself out there. Will people opt in? Is it going to be good enough? Do I know the material? Like I was fear-based. And one thing I just learned was I could just do ClickFunnels. I don't even need a website. I could have just done a ClickFunnels landing page, really, right? And MailChimp for free. And I could have just
Eventbrite. I mean, I talk about Eventbrite all the time. Like, and I think many people know, like Ariel Furman. She is, people know her. She did all her seasonal detoxes on a blog. So, I mean, when we think about like perfection and we think about this, some people do it on Lead Page. That's $25 for the month. Like, think about simple, inexpensive places. Some people don't even ever go online and say, send me a message and I will take payment via Square or send you a PayPal.
Exactly.
Simplify life, launch, keep it simple, sister or brother, and help.
Yeah. So back to the opt-in freebie. It was the 5-day clean eating. And then I set up my emails. I think there were 4 follow-up emails, and they were spaced out. Some were 1 day apart, and then there was some gap in between because I didn't want to, be in their inbox every day. But obviously delivered the 5-day clean eating. Then the second email was to build some credibility. So I have collected testimonials from clients in the past that I've worked with one-on-one or whatever it was. And I just created all the testimonials on one page on a website. And I included a link in that second email. And, it's just to let people know I have some credibility. Here's what other people are saying. And then the third email was asking them if they had set a start date for the 5-day clean eating challenge, to respond back to me, right, if they have questions, and to let them know I'm a real person and that I will write back. And I always read my emails. And actually a few people did write back. And they responded with what their goal was and why they wanted the 5-day challenge. Because I wanted them to know I was a real person. And then a few days later, it was just like I sent, I think, another free e-guide that came with the 21-day plan that I got. And so I was like, here's more free stuff. I want you to be successful. So at this point, I feel like, okay, they're getting to know who I am. I'm offering value, all for free. I'm a real person. I'm relatable. I'm here to answer any questions because I want you to be successful in your health journey. And then shortly after that, I announced my 21-day challenge and then got 67 signups. And I was like, wow. So my goal was 50, right? I was just going to keep pushing for 50, but I hit that and I was like,
you even had more than when you posted.
Yeah. I think it was 67 total. I broke down the number in your private Facebook group because I wanted people to see what was possible, because for me, I do better when I see the number breakdown to see what's possible. And add-ons, right? I'm like, okay, well, what else can I do to make more financially and to connect with clients? So I did an add-on option, and it was $99 for 3 phone calls, 30-minute phone calls. So it's once a week because the program's 3 weeks. And I got people that added on, and they chose that option.
You had 67 at home. I was looking for my calculator. You had 67.
You know what? Let me. I should pull this up too. Here.
You can share if you want.
What's that?
You have the ability to share screen.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
Or you can just read the numbers.
Or I can what?
I said, or you can just read the numbers. I don't want to push you to show your personal screen.
Let's see, where is it?
And so, guys, even as Cece is looking at, her stuff, I want you to think about that. Like, it doesn't always have to be an upsell to another program. Your upsell can be just what happened here. And I used to do the same thing on my pages. I would say, if you want to do this do-it-yourself program or this online program, or you want an hour session with me. But I like those 3 30-minute, because sometimes people feel like an hour is just a long time. So, packaging it that way holds them accountability. I love that.
Right. Okay, I found the numbers.
Okay.
So I did offer an early bird for the 21 days, and 32 people signed up for the early bird at $97, which came out to $3,104. Then 15 people at regular pricing at $129, so that equaled to $1,935. Then 6 people did the add-on coaching for additional $99, which was an extra $594 in revenue. So the total launch was $5,633.
And you spent, 320. How much on programs?
That's a good question. The 5 days.
75, I think. 5 days is 50.
Wasn't that much? Yeah.
5 days,
5 days.
57, and the other is 327, correct?
Yep.
So under 400 in money out, no Facebook ads.
No Facebook ads at all. I spend no money on marketing at all.
No marketing, no social media person. So
MailChimp is free. I did the free trial of ClickFunnels. So yeah.
I will say congratulations.
You just have to do it. I'm telling you, there's money
out. I love
out
the free trial on ClickFunnels part even too.
What's that?
I said I love the free trial part on ClickFunnels too, because we so often go, oh, I can't let the ClickFunnels little sign at the bottom show. But
you can hide it. No, you can hide it, I think.
You did hide it?
You can hide it.
You just said, I'm going to go for it. And I think if you get anything out of this, guys, we often overcomplicate so much that it stops when you're trapped. Not only, and I think, in the beginning when you were talking, I was thinking, we have a lot of energy, but the problem is that when you exhaust yourself, either thinking or being in that perfection mode, there's no energy to show up and to just have fun and to be your launch and be like in your life. And then that's the vibe that people don't feel like, today I'm going to talk about sugar and getting off, they feel they want to journey with you. And so if you have no energy to come and bring it during those times, it's going to not be easy to convert anybody organically. Right.
So Elaine, I think do you see the question?
She said, so was this sent? Oh, I guess the question, let's ask that question first. Do you have an email base? She was asking, was this sent just to your email list?
Okay, so get this. So the freebie that I actually gave out, I posted on Facebook for the 5-day clean eating, was actually when I collected all the emails. I had no emails, none. So they were all from Facebook and Instagram.
Your list was built from your free. I mean, that freebie, I talked about this last night. I'm sorry, I'm tearing because you just that freebie was the freebie that I've used. One year I packaged it at almost Christmas, because I always say the best times to list build is when nobody actually thinks people are around. Holidays, because everyone's like this with their family at the end when everyone's stuffed. So I did this before Christmas time with a Nordstrom gift card and a Whole Foods gift card. And I said the 250th person gets the Whole Foods gift card. The 500th gets the Nordstrom. So I knew I was going to get, and I got 527.
Wow, where did you go?
So I always say that, you do have to find ones that, and at that time, clean eating had just come out, which was why I wrote it. It was trendy. Right. It was hot. Alejandra Younger and Gwyneth Paltrow were talking about it a lot. Right. So, there's always an ability to list build when you, just what you said, align with it, find that that's what you really want to do. But then also, come out and share it in a way that you did. I mean, as I said, you did something organically that I think a lot of people have a tough time with. And that's why I started it in the beginning. you led up to that just with your daily life of showing like what is a part. Like if I were to, kind of have a cute picture of like gut stuff, I always talk about gut stuff. And I think that's something that even though you didn't have a list, you build authority just by showing your life. And I think, that's something that a lot of us forget because we get so concerned with what are people going to think of me, but people are buying us. And so I just want to, I'm so happy for you. I mean, I just am really, really
Thank
happy.
You. Thank
So
you.
if there was a coach that's like, they don't know how to market, they think you need to know X, Y, and Z, they're scared, what would be your suggestion to them?
Don't think of it as marketing and selling. Really, I think for me, it's all been from sharing and thinking about the person on the other side and talking about them and how they are going to benefit. I never really talk too much about me. Well, when it comes to a program, right? Unless, it was like clean eating and what it's done for me, then yeah, I will share that because that's authentic to who I am. One thing I think, especially with social media, that maybe I've done so well is I actually do interact with other people. Like I like their photos and I comment on their photos. I know there's people sometimes they'll just scroll and not, they don't interact. But in my daily life, I try to build those relationships even on social media. Not just if I need something or whatever. That's just what I've always done. I'll always comment if someone posted a mom with their baby. I'll be like, oh, your son is so cute. I'll write something. Mm-hmm. And I think that also builds a relationship over time.
So you feel like even though you didn't have a list, that the people that do know you online, have been following you because you also do that for them. Mm-hmm. The same thing, like somebody saying, did you do any videos or just sharing on Facebook and IG?
What's that? Oh, do you do any videos? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like as far as your marketing, like, I mean, and I love what you said about like not even thinking of it as marketing because you really were just like, I'm going to share this link.
Right. Okay, so did you do any videos or just sharing on Facebook and IG? So I didn't do like promo videos or even webinars at all. I did like the IG stories. That I did, and I would tease them a little bit. Like I think I just did a quick boomerang of the front page of the 5-day clean eating on my laptop. And I said, sneak preview, working on something for you guys. And then another IG story was one of the recipes, and I just made a cute little story about clean eating and what it looked like. And that was it. I wasn't ever asking for anything. It was just me sharing. So that kind of led up to the free 5-day. It was kind of giving little teasers here and there. And then other than that, it was really, just sharing on Facebook and IG. And it was just really organic.
I love it because this other coach that I'd interviewed, she said pretty much, she was like, I posted 3 times. She's like, I posted 3 times, then I closed the doors, then I kind of did the same thing again, and then I just closed the doors.
Yeah.
I think the lesson learned and really the beauty of everyone that I've interviewed has been this: don't overthink. The message is don't overthink, because that overthinking just gets you into a place where there's going to be no action, overwhelm. And, for most people in this health and wellness business, we can be more statistical in our thinking. We can be, some of us can be more feelers, but at the end of the day, we all are empaths in some way because we're in this business. Just like when you said, I stop and say, oh, your child, so adorable. Right. So I think, we have a tendency for a lot of us to overthink something, overanalyze. And I just think everything that you said tonight, not only, supplying the step-by-step, but really tapping into some of those just authentic feelings that come up for all of us, that we don't often hear someone admit, like the fear that comes up. And, along the way, as we do put ourselves out there. And so I just am like, I want to say thank you, because it's refreshing to hear that. And it's refreshing to hear somebody be like, yep, this is what I found. And I still went after it. So I know people are asking what your website is. So can you tell everyone where they can find you as well?
Sure. So my website is Cece. My last name is Weiss, WEISS.com. So ccweiss.com is my website. And then my Instagram. So I'll share my Instagram really quick. So it's cc_Weiss, WEISS. And so Rachel, one thing I wanted to share with you is because the 21 day went so well and it just ended, I'm actually just launching the keto one. And that one actually starts next Monday, the 28th. I already have 20 signups. I did the calculations and it's already profitable. And again, it was like no money on advertising.
Okay, so now I actually have to ask you another question, because I'm sure everyone. Okay. So right, because you had said, and I think someone even said to me, they were, because I have the same thing, macrobiotic, vegetarian, vegan, raw, keto, paleo. Now I just say I'm not really anything. Like one day, if my body calls to eat something, I wouldn't say it's going to call to eat gluten and I'm going to shove that in my mouth. But
right.
But when you were saying, that your mission and really your message is helping women to let go of the scale, let go of, really thinking that they needed to be on any fad. So is part of what you do and part of your style of coaching, like clean eating, paleo, keto, or helping women to get to that place, or helping them to discover what's right for them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I also don't like to, I guess, like bash anything if I've never tried it myself either, right? So, obviously I did some research to really learn more about keto, and there are so many benefits.
Yeah.
And so many, and I want to feel that energy and the mental clarity, right? Because I feel like I eat keto-ish, but that's still not keto. And I just heard so many great things. So when I talked about, I think it was a post that I did, and I said, let's talk keto. Like that was literally the first line, I'm like, it seems to be all the rage right now, because for me it is. I feel like I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to address it. And I've seen people do it the wrong way, which is eating way too much protein or eating too much bad fats. Like they think they can just pile on mayo and like a bunch of cheese and, have this big Caesar salad with a bunch of Caesar dressing. And they're like, but I'm not losing weight and I can't get into ketosis, and so I came from an angle where I stated some facts about how, each person is different. And unless you're really testing your ketones and eating the right amounts of healthy fats and protein for your body, then you'll really get the benefits. So I definitely wanted to spit out some info that I felt was more health conscious, and why I think so many people, think that the keto could be unhealthy or whatever it was. And so after I did that, people started chiming in. Some people even messaged me and said, oh, I've been doing keto and I absolutely love it. Some people said, I've tried keto, but I need the accountability and support. I need a meal plan. So I really came from the angle of health and really teaching them, if you're going to do it, I at least want to be the person to help you get there.
Gotcha.
Right? If you're going to do it anyways, let me do it. Don't give another coach the money. Give me the money.
Well,
right.
I think, everyone, and it's somebody's actually putting something in the chat, is that, I think the beauty of any coach in the world, and this is how I've always, is that everyone coaches different. Everyone is different. And I say this always there are coaches, you know, who had different, and still do, different detox mentalities than I do.
Right.
You know, I'll teach at Hippocrates. That's one mentality. It's completely different than the other school I went to. It doesn't mean I'm fruitarian. I mean,
Right.
everything's got, then you have Anne Louise Gittleman, who's one of my heroes, who does not necessarily believe that you even need to abandon protein. So you have all these different beautiful, and I always look at detox for that, just because there are so many different ways. And you can't say that Paul Pitchford is not as right as Linda Page, or you can't say that Hippocrates is not right and that Dr. Morse isn't right. Everyone's right in their own way. And I think that the biggest thing about coaching, and actually Dr. Morse says this, is that as coaches, we're just way showers. We just provide information. And so I think the beauty of when you do put yourself out there and you're confident, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying we as coaches, when we put ourselves out there and we're confident and we ebb and flow to see what that person potentially needs or wants to journey with us, really the possibilities are endless. So I think that's just so amazing. And you're in precision nutrition or right now, or you're graduating?
I graduated from that. Yeah.
That is so,
Yeah.
I love that school. Love
Yeah.
that.
You're awesome. So
So,
yeah, so with the keto, the formula is exactly the same thing. I didn't do anything different. I think it was really the 21 day gave me that confidence booster to keep going, and it was just so fun. That it really got the momentum going. So, now I'm doing the keto. Everything literally is just a duplicate in terms of setting, the tech stuff behind the scenes. And I know the tech stuff is what, a lot of people get hung up on. It can get confusing, and I get that. I told one of the girls in the Facebook group, like, I've spent nights like Googling like stuff because stuff weren't connecting.
yeah.
Right? My website wasn't connecting to MailChimp. It was just like all funny. I've watched so many tutorials, and even some of the stuff that you provide has been super valuable. So I think at the end of the day, it's just the formula is there. You really provide everything, and it's just a matter of us just taking that step. So the keto program now, it's another successful launch,
I love
and
that
all
program.
within like 1 month time period.
Yeah, I wrote that with a keto coach, because there are certain programs that I feel really comfortable, but I knew that has to be a science.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
really has to
yeah.
be a science. Like, she reviewed every recipe and she was like, oh no, a little too many tomatoes there. I was like, you're out.
Yeah.
So I know for me, and my husband always reminds me of maybe my first like 5 programs, when I was doing all the recipes and the writing. He's like, we didn't see you. We didn't see you. We saw you in the kitchen. We saw you writing. It's just a lot. And I think that people don't realize that part. And then for most people who are working a 9 to 5, or maybe, part-time, or taking care of a loved one, or just trying to do life or taking care of self, it's nice to then just be able to focus on the business, or focus on, the energy, as I said, to really market yourself in a really natural way, which just shares your excitement for what you do and for your own life, because that's really what somebody is buying. The programs become, they're the foundation, so
Right.
that we can then go really, like you said, be the coach for those people to journey with you.
Exactly. And I think that's what I love, is it's really the coaching aspect of it, and then for even the keto, it's actually, I'm doing it now. I'm following the plan because I want to be 1 week ahead of them so I can coach them effectively. And not only that, I'll also feel more connected with them to know what they're going through. And I've shared that. I've shared to them that I've always been keto-ish in my eating, but now I really want to dive in, so join me. And like, so this whole week I've been doing the teasers of the recipes. And I've been photos of the recipes, and I did a sneak peek of day 1, and sign up closes tomorrow. So I'm doing that big push today on my IG and my Facebook. And so I've gotten a ton of private messages, and so It's
That is
nice when I
cool.
look down on my phone and I'm like, oh, I got a payment. I have another sign up.
Well,
So,
I will say this. I remember the first time and it was more just exhaustion that I couldn't see as many people. And also not everyone is meant for one-on-one. And I really
right.
wanted to break into the online. And I remember being in bed with my husband getting my first PayPal that came in. And I was like, and I turned to him, it was like, it was one of my detoxes for like 87. I was like, oh my goodness. And it was just the first time that I thought, oh, this is really possible. So I love that you said that multiple times to everyone. And thank you. Now go check all your messages.
I
Um,
know.
but guys, totally possible. By all means, check out Cece at her site. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope that you guys have an amazing night. I'll see you guys later.
Awesome.
So freaking
Thanks,
awesome.
Rachel.
So freaking awesome. All right,
Thank
guys, have a great
you.
one. See you guys later. Bye, guys.